How are we doing? Today is Saturday the 16th, it is September 2023, and tonight Channel 4 Dispatches is supposed to be airing a documentary which exposes celebrities and comedians about whatever dubious past it is or dubious activities they're doing. People like Russell Brand, they are turning against Russell Brand because he is promoting freedom, he is exposing the truth, he is talking to people like Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, the people that the mainstream media absolutely detest. Why? Because for the first time in media history, the mainstream news has the lowest viewing figures ever recorded. They're on their knees. This is the last chance. This is the only way that they can try and save themselves, is by fabricating false information about celebrities which promote civil liberties and freedom and explain what is happening to yours and mine's rights, things that should not be happening. They're explaining the overreach of government and government agencies and what is happening and exposing the truth. For the first time in media history, we are seeing on platforms like Twitter and Rumble what is actually going on. And it's scary, isn't it? It's scary. Let's see what unfolds tonight, because Russell Brand has already come out and said that he refutes what has been said, and anything bad he's already written in his biography. Listen, I didn't like Russell Brand 9-10 years ago. I thought he was a complete twat. Who is this guy parading around thinking he's Jesus, behaving like an idiot, throwing phones at people, winding up Andrew Sachs and all the rest of it? But do you know what? What he's done is he's turned his life around. He has accepted what he's done as being wrong, and he said, right, well, I'm going to make amends for it. People can change, people can make amends. But the people that can never do that is the mainstream media. They are the vile, most corruptest people along with government. Mainstream media is owned by corporations like BlackRock, Vanguard, JP Morgan. How on earth can you have unbiased news when they're owned by the corporations that are trying to control the world, along with the WHO and Bill Gates and the Melinda Gates Foundation? How can this happen? It can't. You and I now have a task in our hands. You and I are the modern day warriors. We're not talking about guns and weapons and everything else. What we are talking about is you and I now need to share the information on platforms such as Twitter, such as YouTube, and what we can on Facebook. We need to share the truth of what is going on. We need to completely bankrupt and break mainstream media until they are on their knees and they have no choice but to tell the truth. And I've said for a long time on this YouTube channel that when the last feasible lies possibly told that can possibly be believable, the only thing that is left standing is the truth. And what we have left standing now is the truth. And the mainstream media are running out of things to do. They can't do anything. If they print the truth now, if they tell the truth now, it contradicts everything they've told us since their history, since the making of the news channels. Can you see this? This is why they are so desperate to take down any celebrity that goes against them. Tucker Carlson ousted from Fox News. Why? Because he said how it was. Joe Rogan attacked by the mainstream news. Why? Because he says how it is. He explains what goes on in the media. Russell Brand is now being attacked on Dispatches. Tonight it's airing. Please don't watch it. Honestly, there's better things to do. I don't know, go out and get a massage, or I don't know, go and take the dog for a walk. Anything but watch this manufactured bile which the mainstream media now produce. Do you not realise that during COVID, the mainstream media was your enemy? It was the poison in your room, along with the TV. Do you know what I'd like to see? People just throw their TVs out the window and say enough, because information should be shared between person to person, between you and I. And that's how it used to be before TV, before social media came along. Was it not? It's incredible. What I'm also glad to see is Hollywood on its knees collapsing. Great. Hollywood produces some of the most horrific stuff, and they behave in the most horrific way, and supporting things like allegedly child trafficking and stuff like that, which Ricky Gervais and people like all the others, Jim Carrey, have exposed. I'm not too sure about Jim Carrey. He's got some ghosts in the closets as well, and some things that need to be discussed, and maybe he should be a little bit honest with people before he gets my total respect. But nonetheless, Mel Gibson, his movie, one of the world's greatest movies, a top-ranking movie. You and I don't even know about his movie because the mainstream media have tried to depress it and downplay it so much and make it out to be something which it isn't. Look for your own eyes, see what's going on. Don't buy newspapers, don't watch mainstream news, don't even watch GB News. You want to know what's going on with the world? Look on Twitter, look at real people's accounts of what's happening on. Look at the live videos, look at the people, for example, in Hawaii. Look at real people's testimonies of what's going on. What benefit do real people have to lie to you? Because liars get found out. Liars have little legs. Start up your own channel. Doesn't matter if you're good or bad or whatever. Even if you only have to write this information down, write it, share it. Let's create a way of bypassing the mainstream bile and sharing information between you and ourselves. And it will get to the point where the only way we can share this information is by email. If that's the way it's got to go, that's what we should do. Bring the mainstream media to its knees. Hold governments to account for what is happening. Let's create a better community, a better society for all, without the poison coming out of the black box in the corner of our room. Let's make this world between you and I and many others like us a better place to be. Let's work out a new method of democracy. Let's work out a new method of freedom of speech. There's many things we can do and we should do. We should not be lazy anymore. The time for being lazy is well past. If we don't do something now, we are all in serious, serious trouble. So, as much as I didn't like Russell Brand going back 10 years ago, he's gained a certain amount of my respect because of what he's doing, because of the issues which he brings and the unbiased way in which he brings us TV. Is he a perfect human being? Are there things we don't know about him? Of course there are. But at the moment, he seems to be telling it the way it is, and he's being persecuted. Look at Elon Musk, for example. Twitter, he's bought Twitter. He's outed the FBI. Twitter, Elon Musk is being attacked and targeted by other corporations, by government industries. Why? Because he is allowing freedom of speech, and that cannot happen. The government do not want that. The government are not our friends. They are the enemy amongst us, and we must change this political system. We must change it now before it is too late.